What up, it's your girl Najee. Everybody hates K, but everything golden. And you're listening to T7M Radio with my man's Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio with 7 Mitchell and J.O. Callers. Y'all call up 347-989-8102. It's about to go down. You already know what we about today. Week 1 predictions. You already know what's popping. Let's get it started, fellas. Starting off tomorrow, man, we got the rematch of Super Bowl 50, the Denver Broncos versus the Carolina Panthers.
I think the Broncos going to go with, they're going to have a little Super Bowl hangover, so I got the Panthers winning that pretty handily.
Yeah, I say Cam is definitely going to get into his element early. You know, nothing that Denver can do to save him. The defense is going to be official, but, you know, it's a Carolina's defense is official too, so, yeah, I definitely give Carolina the edge on this one. Who you got, Carolina, Denver?
All I gotta say is Calvin Benjamin is back and he's looking good. If you really look at the totality of last year's season, they overachieved last year. But let's be real about that. They did overachieve. However, Cam did not have a prominent prospect to throw the ball to. Now you got Calvin Benjamin. I agree with J.O. Double digits. Panthers win. Excuse me.
Tampa Bay versus the Atlanta Falcons.
I believe in Jameis this year. I'm going with Bucks, man.
I mean, Jameis last year was 312 for 535, had over 4,000 yards, 22 touchdowns.
Right.
Matt Ryan only had 21 touchdowns. Matt Ryan did throw for 4,500 yards, but Atlanta, I just never really been convinced with Atlanta. I think if Tampa Bay could get a defense behind Jameis, you know, for the help, I like Tampa Bay overall, you know, to be a sleeper team in the NFC. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay over Atlanta in the opener. J.O.?
Yeah, I got to go with Tampa Bay. I guess I'm a little biased because, you know, Winston plays for my Florida State boys. But what I've seen from their offense with Mike Evans and Winston, man, I think I have Jameis Winston as my breakout player this year, so I'd easily have Tampa Bay taking that.
Yeah, when you say breakout, do you mean he got a shot to win the MVP?
No, I wouldn't say MVP, but he would be the next guy. They were like, this is the next possible great quarterback, you know, next in line behind, you know, the likes of Cam and Wilson and Andrew Luck. I think Wilson is going to be going to meet them at the top in the next few years.
Is it just me, or does Matt Ryan have the most? His stats does not matter. Like, even though he's a good quarterback, but his stats don't matter. It's like
he stuffs he's one of the best quarterbacks at stuffing the stat sheet. Like, he puts up numbers, but he does not get the job done. It sounds so crazy to say. It's like it's hypocritical to say that, but it's plain as day. He looks in the mirror. He doesn't see a reflection.
It reminds me of that guy who played basketball. He played for a sorry team, and he get in the full quarter when they already down by 30, and he put up 20 points in the game. So he averaged 20, but they lose every game.
I've never believed it. Heather Flacco came out the same season, so, you know, I'm biased on that note. Speaking of my Baltimore Ravens, first game of the season, they got the Buffalo Bills, Tyrod Taylor, returning to Baltimore. My only concern with my squad this year is injuries, and I got a big concern with that because everybody that I need to be 100% is not with other than the likes of Kamar Aiken. I think he's got pretty healthy. We did re-sign Justin Forsett, even though we have released him over the weekend. We added Devin Hester at the return spot. So I hope Joe Flacco and T. Sizzle can heal up pretty soon within the first few weeks. But as far as this game goes, it's going to be a tough one because Buffalo got a defense. Rex Ryan is not to be played with. They got LaShawn McCoy. Didn't quite get 1,000 yards last year, but, you know, LaShawn is a problem. But I'm going with my Ravens in the home opener over the Buffalo Bills. Who you got, K-Ghost?
I got to go with Buffalo, man. I don't think Baltimore has enough right now. I don't trust Flacco right now. Maybe in a couple games. But right now, I don't really trust him. at this moment. I think Buffalo is going to win, but not handily. I think they're going to win by like 6, maybe 6-10.
First of all, let me tell you something right now. See, you're not going to come on my show and be disrespectful to my Ravens.
Hey,
you're being totally disrespectful. So you're telling me that even in M&T Stadium, we're not going to get a home opening win?
Nope, not at all.
You're so disrespectful.
I'm going to say this, and I'm pretty sure it's been said already. Ray Lewis is not walking through that door anytime soon.
Wow.
So, if he's not walking in that door out of retirement, I can't give y'all this win.
I got to go with Buffalo, man. A young, up-and-coming team, man. Sammy Watkins. I don't think y'all have anybody for him. And let's not forget LaShawn McCoy. I don't think Baltimore receivers can get good separation against I don't know, man. Flacco coming off the injury, he's kind of a mystery right now. So
Flacco's a mystery. A guy who just not too long ago won the Super Bowl MVP, one of the biggest postseason runs in NFL history. A guy who goes into Foxborough and treats Tom Brady like a stepchild every year. I'm going to turn this podcast into a probation office. I'm going to hand out drug tests to everybody that come on this show because y'all get real rude and just so terribly disrespectful to my squad. This is a home opener for my team. If y'all wanted to bring up injuries, I could go with that argument. Neither one of y'all brought up injuries. We're talking about the prominent Tyrod Taylor. I mean, come on now. They got a decent squad, but y'all just being real disrespectful, and I think y'all doing it just to pluck my nerves. And it's working, but it's fine. We'll accept that, and when we come back on the show Monday, I'll talk my shit after the victory, so it's all good. Houston Texans versus the Chicago Bears.
I have Houston Texans winning that, man. J.J. Watt coming back. Jadeveon Clowney look like he's ready to play. Oh, man. You got Hopkins and Osweiler coming in. Look, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Houston was top 5 in the league in defense. Jay Cutler, we all know him, man. He's like a walking blooper, man. It's just gonna be fumbles everywhere. It's gonna be interceptions everywhere. I got the Texans taking this with ease.
Yeah, I don't think that Chicago got enough pieces offensively. Actually, when it comes to Jay Cutler, I'm not going to dispute what you said about him, but he can make all the throws, and he got a strong arm. So I don't think he's the biggest problem. I just don't think he have any pieces. His number one wide receiver was Alshon Jeffrey. Only 807 yards on last season. I think only 4 touchdowns. So it's not really impressive to me. I'm going with Houston. I'm not a big fan of Osweiler either. I don't even understand why he left Denver. That kind of make me suspect on his heart. But as far as this game, it's at home. I think they can pull off the win. What about you, K-Do's? Texans versus Bears.
Texans versus Bears. I got a rhyme for you. I don't care. J.J. Watt's coming back, but who knows how healthy he's going to be, even though he is a beast. But I'm going to go with the Bears because I think Jay Cutler's actually going to have a really good year, even though I really have no reason to expect him to have a good year. But I'm going to go with the Bears. I think Jay Cutler's actually going to have one of those games where he's going to pass for about 400-plus yards.
Now, you can book this. I'm not quite sure about how the record going to end. But top 5 offensively, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to wind up. Bortles, when it comes to fantasy football, Bortles is one of the best guys to have on your squad. He's putting up some major numbers. I really like that offense that they got. Those wide receivers and Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns, they are dope. They're going to be taking on that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. Your guy, J.O., Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, we're talking Aaron Rodgers here. We're not talking Tyrod Taylor. But, anyways, I think this game actually going to be close because Jacksonville offense is like, their offense will be explosive in top 10 this year. Bortles, you can make a case that Bortles may come out and be the best quarterback in his division this year. In Green Bay, you know, we have a young secondary. You know, guys is very vulnerable, giving up big plays. We got Clay Matthews and Peppers coming off the steroid case. So, you know, I have this game going close, but I think Bortles also tends to throw a lot of interceptions, and I think that may put us over the end in the end. So I got to squeeze this one out if I'm being real.
Now, is Jordy Nelson back?
He's another mystery, without being disrespectful, but he's coming back. He's going to be full go, no hesitation. We're just going to let him off the leash.
I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win by like 20.
Wow.
No, man, you got to be trolling.
You going to take that?
No, not at all. By 20. Aaron Rodgers is overrated.
Talk that shit. Let's get into it. Let's get into why Aaron Rodgers is overrated. This is what I've been waiting for.
Let's do this. We're going to have a showdown right now. Let's go.
Okay. Here's how I know that Aaron Rodgers wasn't the bad man that we all thought he was. Last year in particular proved to me that he's not the bad man that we all thought he was. We've seen the real bad man, and I hate to say this, but we've seen the real bad man in the NFL, Tom Brady, do a whole lot with a lot less.
Wait a minute. You can make an argument that Aaron Rodgers is not the baddest man, but he's for sure a bad man. Now, I will say Green Bay has come up short a few times in the playoffs, and saying have we forgotten that he's a two-time MVP, a Super Bowl MVP? So maybe I guess you want him to prove it again as far as being the baddest man. But Aaron Rodgers is the baddest man.
The San Diego Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is a problem, J.O. I mean, I forgot about them. You kind of made me, remember what they was about last year. Phillip Rivers he makes all the throws. I'm not convinced of the Chargers. I got Kansas City. Who you got, J.O.?
Man, it's gonna be tough. You know what? I'm gonna go with Chargers with the upset. I like what they bring. I like Gordon. I think he may come back. His rookie year was just flat out disappointment. I think he's coming back stronger and bigger. Keenan Allen coming back. You know what I'm saying? I love Manti Te'o and Jason Verrett on the corner. I think Phillip Rivers, I think they're going to win this game in a shootout.
You know what? I don't trust San Diego Chargers anymore. I can't ever pick them for any type of win. They always let me down. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now,
this next game we're going to go ahead and do predictions on. I'm excited for this one because New Orleans defense has a problem. That's not denying it. But I think Drew Brees is going to make a lot of noise this year. They're going up against the Oakland Raiders. My pick to win the AFC West. This is going to be a good game. I'm going to go with Oakland beating the New Orleans Saints just because of the lack of defense that they have early on. Who you got in this one, the Raiders or the Saints, K-Dos?
I got the Raiders.
I don't know, man. I got the Saints, man. Oakland is just too young, man. Too young. They're very talented, but just too young to put any money on them, man. I got to go with the vets and the Saints.
This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio. Callers, y'all call up 347-989-8102. Just a couple reminders. If you on Facebook, make sure y'all join the T7M Radio Facebook debate group. We would, again, definitely love to have y'all up there debating, chopping it up with us. If y'all looking to catch up on full episodes of this Best of 7 Sports Talk, make sure y'all follow us here at blogtalkradio.com/T7M Radio. You can check out our archives and all the past episodes that we got. We got so much in store for y'all. And definitely make sure y'all subscribe to the T7M Radio YouTube channel. We got a lot of traffic going down, so we definitely appreciate that. We're talking NFL Week 1 predictions, getting into these picks. We halfway through, fellas. The New York Jets versus the Cincinnati Bengals. K-News, who you going with?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Going with the... This is... What is up with this point? We're not even...
The Red Rifle is back, man.
Oh, my goodness. Andy Dalton, you believe in him?
I don't believe in him for the whole season. I believe in him for this particular game. Who they got quarterbacking? The Jets.
For the Jets? I mean, they signed the bearded guy, Fitzpatrick.
Exactly, the bearded guy. He can't even say his name. The bearded guy. That's who's quarterbacking. He's mediocre at best. They signed the most high-profile mediocre quarterback in the NFL. Going against the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green. Come on, man.
I mean, you just disrespecting Darrelle Revis and company, man. You act like we don't have a defense on any with the Jets. Like, really? Tall Bowles?
Really?
They had a great defense last year.
Darrelle Revis is on the strong side of being washed up right now. Let's be honest.
Wow.
Disrespectful.
Unbelievable. Who you got, J.O.? New York Jets, Cincinnati Bengals.
Gotta go with my Super Bowl pick, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Both of y'all should be incarcerated.
Too much on both
y'all
sides.
Should go to jail for disrespecting my Ravens like this. I mean, that's all I hear is the Bengals, the Bengals, the Bengals. Okay, time and time again. Any Bengals fan that we got out there, that team is letting them down in the postseason. But, that's good. I like that. Now, next game we got RG3 and the Cleveland Browns locked in with the Philadelphia Eagles, starting quarterback with rookie Goff. Who you got in this? You got RG3, K-Dos?
And he's going to win the MVP this year. Rookie.
Wow. How can you predict RG3 to be the MVP of the season but favor the Cincinnati Bengals? I mean, how's that going to work out?
I favor the Bengals in that game. RG3 is going to have a resurgence this year, and he's going to pull a Cam Newton from last year.
Well, let me ask you this then, because it sounds like you're being very blasphemous right now. You missed the last episode. Let me just get your quick prediction. Who do you got winning the AFC North? The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. Baltimore Ravens are not going to be healthy all year. They're going to have injuries all year. We can count them out. Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to be healthy all year. At some point throughout the year, I don't wish this on them, but Big Ben will get injured, and they're not going to have a great season. They're going to be missing their running back and their other top receivers. So we can count them out winning anything this year. That leaves the Browns, and that leaves the Bengals. I expect the Bengals to make the playoffs, will not get out the first round as usual, and I expect Cleveland to surprise everybody in the AFC and get to the AFC Championship.
Look what LeBron has done.
They have a solid defense and a good offense. They just have to protect them.
LeBron got everybody in Cleveland believing now. Like, are you serious, man? Do you really got the Cleveland Browns coming out of the AFC North? Come on, man. Now, I like the chemistry with Josh Gordon and RG3. Don't get it confused. But they just don't have enough pieces, and man, you wilding out. You really being disrespectful. You've made some of the most out-the-box predictions. I cannot wait to see how this pans out. But you know your stuff, so I definitely respect that. But Jesus Christ, Tennessee versus the Minnesota Vikings. We got Sam Bradford making his appearance versus Mariota. Who you got, J.O.?
Man, Mariota, he's a beast, man. Like, kid can run, kid can pass.
Kid throw a lot of interceptions.
That's okay. Rookie season is over with. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay,
I'm going with for real, I'm going with Minnesota, man. AP rushing for 200. Sam Bradford, hopefully he's starting. That defense is gonna be up. It's gonna be uphill. They're just gonna be running downhill on Mariota.
Shout out to Mariota, Philadelphia.
I'm with the RG3 bandwagon, man. I'm not saying he's definitely not gonna win MVP, but man, I'm a big, huge RG3 supporter. So I got him throwing for 4,000 plus yards and 30 touchdowns this year. So I got the Browns.
And the AFC North playing Baltimore and Pittsburgh twice a year, and Cincinnati twice a year, 44,000 yards,
30 touchdowns.
Well, I will say this. If he can get rid of the football, he might got a shot, because the Ravens and the Steelers secondary are both in question. So if he can get rid of the football, that's fine. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get rid of the football, because they're going to be coming for him. And if they get him, I don't know if he can withstand the heat. It's a big concern. In Minnesota and Tennessee, you know, it's all about AP, man. Adrian Peterson, not quite a problem running all crazy in Tennessee. So I actually got Minnesota over Tennessee. K-Dose, who you got between the Vikings and the Titans?
I think what you guys are forgetting about is the two-head monster, DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry for the Tennessee Titans. And with those two guys, we know Minnesota's defense is great, don't get me wrong. Run defense, you know, is pretty good. The pass defense is a little better. So I expect Minnesota to use our running game to try to free up Mariota to throw some passes. But, man, we think about Adrian Peterson. If he's anywhere like he was last year, it could be a problem. But I expect Sam Bradford to start but have some issues. So I'm going to go with Tennessee.
J.O. DeMarco Murray, top 5 running back in the NFL?
No, not even close. Not even close.
I think Dallas really made him look good. Well, we getting into the afternoon games now. We got the Miami Dolphins versus the Seattle Seahawks. We got the Legion of Boom, Russell Wilson. It's going to be a cakewalk if you ask me. Miami don't stand a chance now. Got Ndamukong Suh. They got some pieces. I don't want to be, you know, overall, I just don't think it's going to be a problem in regular season. Seattle over Miami.
I think I'm going to go with Miami.
And the upset over Seattle?
Wow.
Wait a minute. Where are they playing at?
This game, it matters? I'm just saying. I mean, is they're playing in Seattle, you know what I mean? It's an afternoon game. They're playing in Seattle, to answer your question, but I wouldn't thought it mattered.
With that being said, Seattle don't lose at home. I'm on record saying Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league. You know, for those who don't know. So, yeah, that question, man, is too much. It's too much.
Tannehill actually threw more yards than Russell Wilson last year. What's your thoughts on that?
So what that means?
I'm just saying. You know, maybe Russell Wilson ain't who we thought he was without the beast in the backfield. Without beast mode.
About the guy that barely played last year?
No, the guy that y'all needed to run 1 yard to win the Super Bowl. Not the guy that threw a 1 yard interception to lose the Super Bowl. Talk about that.
They should have gave me the ball at the 1 yard line, you know what I'm saying? But
they needed a Madden.
Come on, don't be disrespectful, man. Don't disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm not going to disrespect the guy. Sierra's guy. I'm not going to disrespect him. Yeah. All right, now we got the NFC. We got an NFC showdown. I like this because this is my prediction. K-Dose for the NFC East winner. I got the New York Giants. They are going to be going locked in first game of the season against the Dallas Cowboys. Mark Sanchez, Dez Bryant and company. Prescott, excuse me. I'm definitely going with my Giants.
Man, this is actually probably one of the hardest picks of the evening, man, because though I feel like Dak Prescott is going to do well, you never know with the Giants, man. You just never know with the Giants. Eli come out. I call him the mouth breather. It looks like he just breathed through his mouth all the time. But anyway, Eli Manning, you never know how he gonna play, what he gonna do. You got Odell, you got ODB out there. I think Victor Cruz is back, correct?
Yeah, Victor Cruz is coming back. We got the young rookie Eli Apple on defense.
I like him. You know, Eli Apple.
Eli Manning has been down for a couple years, so I really think by default, because he's such a roller coaster type of quarterback, I'm giving this year, a year for Eli to really, jump out there.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Okay,
I think that Prescott is gonna impress people, and it's definitely a hard pick to make, but I'm going with the Cowboys.
I had the Giants winning this. I'm not willing to put so much stock in Dak Prescott just yet. And a guy that's been getting disrespected a lot, especially in the offseason. Nobody want to talk about Eli Manning anymore. I don't know what it is, but he's been getting disrespected a lot lately. And then you have Odell Beckham, arguably the best receiver in the league. Jason Pierre-Paul, his fingers, I guess he grew another finger. I don't know, but it seems like he has feeling in his hand again. And we did mention Eli Apple. The secondary has improved. I just think it's just too much. It's just too much firepower on offense for the terrible Cowboys defense to keep up with.
Let me ask you this, J.O., because you are steadfast on this statement, and, it sounds like you may be onto something, even though the rest of the world may not be. You're not really sold on Dak Prescott, and he's had an unbelievable preseason, but you're clearly not sold on him, and you've definitely been steadfast in your opinion on that. What is it about him? What is it that you see that you're not convinced that he is the guy in Dallas or the guy somewhere else, like he's the next man up?
I do think he's the future of the Cowboys, but we talking about particularly right now. I'm not too sold on him taking them to the playoffs. Although he has looked good, I'm not really impressed with his arm strength. And I think you put some pressure on him, I think it would be exposed in a broader way. So I'm not too impressed with his arm strength at all. It's kind of weak to me.
The Indianapolis Colts are Andrew Luck versus the Detroit Lions. Another cakewalk in my opinion. I got Indianapolis. Who you got, J.O.?
Although Andrew Luck is the most overrated player in the NFL, Detroit, and Andrew Stafford could very well be one of the most underrated players coming into the season. But man, losing Calvin Johnson is really going to it's really going to haunt the ball season.
Right.
Stafford, although it was a great arm, man, he would throw interception in ways that Jay Cutler throws interception. So I got the worst defense, maybe worst defense in the NFL, but Lions are going to have a terrible season this year.
Yeah, it's not even going to matter. What about you, K-Doz? Who you got between Detroit and Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts?
It's another one of those I don't care moments, but if someone put my finger, you got to go with the Colts, man. Look, Detroit Lions, this might break a record this year again.
Carson Palmer and Arizona Cardinals, J.O., they're going to be hosting Tom Brady-less New England Patriots. This is the start of the 4-game suspension. Arizona Cardinals very strong last year. Who you got?
This right here would be the blowout of the week. I don't see the Patriots scoring over 13 points this game. With Patrick Peterson, you got Tyron, Honey Badger, Matthew coming back, Calais Campbell on the inside. Look, I don't. Garoppolo, he didn't impress me at all, man. He's just another journeyman. And Carson Palmer could have very well won the MVP last year, so I'm thinking he should have won it. Well, Cam had a crazy year. But Carson Palmer also another guy that gets disrespected, and I guess we could throw him in the in the Andy Dalton and the Matt Ryan category. Just can't seem to get over the playoffs, but Arizona too much.
He's so disrespectful to Carson Palmer putting Andy Dalton in his. I think you're being real disrespectful to the New England Patriots, of course. We got LeGarrette Blount, we got Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Brandon LaFell. I'm not saying that, of course Brady is the glue, but even a journeyman quarterback could give some teams a problem with that offense. Now, their defense, of course, is in question. This is a road game. But, Belichick is a genius. If anybody can do this, I think Belichick can do it. But I'm not willing to bet my money on it because Brady's not behind the center. So I agree with you. Arizona is probably the biggest blog of the week. Who you got, Kato?
I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. I think it's going to be a really good game, though. I think Garoppolo is going to surprise you. I think Garoppolo is going to do a lot better than what everybody thinks. I mean, he has weapons around him. It's not like he doesn't have some supreme weapons there. So I think he's going to actually do well, only if they can keep him poised and keep him calm. He seems to, a couple snaps in the game, he seems to get kind of, panicky a little bit. So they can keep him calm. I think he'll be fine. But I got the Cardinals winning.
Now, this particular game, K-Doz, is actually the primetime game for Sunday. Are you good with this game being the Sunday night game without Brady?
I'm good with it. I'm good. I think people are still interested to see how Garoppolo is going to take being on that stage for the first time, really. The first game of the season, week 1, and you're opening up prime time, and we're going to see if he is indeed the future of this team,
I think because Romo is out, I think they're lucky. If Romo was not hurt, New York and Dallas will probably be a short shot for prime time, 8 o'clock, week 1. Monday Night Football, we got a doubleheader, fellas, before we wrap up. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Washington Redskins. J.O., who you got in this battle? We got the division champs, defending NFC East division champs, Redskins, locked in with the Steelers. One of the most potential explosive offenses in history.
I got the Redskins taking this one.
Wow.
I'm really liking what the team and the chemistry that Washington has developed. I'm liking the Kirk Cousins, Deshaun Jackson. I'm loving that connection and the chemistry. I just think they are more of an aggressive team than Steelers. Steelers secondary is just it could very well be top 5 bad this year. And the offensive line, we know Ben always get beat up. And I think Redskins is underrated on offense and defense. I got the Redskins squeezing this out.
I don't know, man. I think Big Ben and Antonio Brown is about as aggressive as you can get. I got the Steelers over the Redskins in this game. What about you, K-Doz?
Antonio Brown versus Josh Norman. This is going to be interesting.
Oh,
very interesting.
He's going to embarrass this boy.
And let me tell you something. 7, Josh Norman has a game on his hands. Let me tell you, the cameras will be on him the whole time. This man has talked.
He's a zone coverage quarterback. He's going to get exposed.
He's going to get very exposed. And let me tell you, they're going to make sure that Antonio is lined up right across from him each time. They're going to make sure of that. Because the rest of that secondary on the Redskins, not sure if they're going to be able to help him out. And it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. But however, being that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is top 5 trash in the league, we can also expect that the Washington Redskins offense is going to be able to get off on them. So I'm still going to go with the Redskins. However, I do predict that Josh Norman gets lit up in this game.
Now, last but not least, we got a doubleheader for Monday Night Football. I want to start off with you, K-Doz, because this is in your backyard. We got the Los Angeles Rams, the new Los Angeles Rams, Gonna be locked in with the San Francisco 49ers, led by Blaine, not Colin Kaepernick. Who you got?
First off, I'm gonna take a knee on this. I'm just playing. When it comes to this game, I'm gonna go with the LA Rams, man.
J.O., is Gurley the real deal?
Todd Gurley is the real deal. Todd Gurley is probably the best running back to come in the league since AP. It might be AP, man. Like, I can't.
Does he give you that 2,000-yard field?
He does, man.
You see his legs? Good night.
Got size and breakaway speed, man. The guy getting open field, he don't get caught.
I wish this game would have been in L.A. I don't know why they're doing this in San Francisco, but, you know, without Colin Kaepernick, of course, I just don't believe in San Fran. And led by Chip Kelly anyway, you know, that whole thing going to blow up. I hope Colin Kaepernick finds a way out of San Francisco, but I don't see any success in there. I got the Rams.
Maybe Colin can go save Baltimore.
Wow. I mean,
they lost to the Super Bowl, man. Come on.
Why don't you like my quarterback? What is it? His mustache? Like, what he embarrassed Colin Kaepernick in the Super Bowl.
Not really. Fernandez almost come back and won that game.
Oh, yeah.
Them lights didn't go off. They almost came back and won.
Blackout. That's the only God saved him. That's the only reason why I had it, because we beat him.
That one number. Ray Lewis went back there and said, yo, cut them lights off.